Good afternoon. I'm Myles Sergé alongside my co-host D-KNOX, and welcome to MS Live. What up, D? How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother, man. How about yourself?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Can't call it. It's nice today. It's like 82 degrees outside. Yeah, it's crazy.
We a little bit behind you, but it's still not. It's not cold. We're a bit behind you on the weather.
Yeah, that's
But
what's
if
up.
it's 89 over there, that means in about 2 days it's gonna happen over here.
Yeah.
To just whatever like Poland seems to follow what Michigan is doing.
Okay. Okay.
Whereas
How's the week going?
Busy. You should probably see I have not really been on Instagram doing nothing because we're moving to a new place. And there's just so many things to do, like paperwork stuff and to run around do, and more packing and trying to organize because we got stuff in the basement and we need to move to a storage. So like I haven't had any time this whole week. I just been busy with that nonsense,
Yeah.
and I don't even know what's going on social media really.
You ain't missing much, so sometimes it's good to be disconnected. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's true. That is. I mean, I think I'd like to do it more actually. Kind of slow it down, but I know that you got to keep going because if you slow down, then you start to lose people, and I still want to sell records, so I need people to pay attention. You don't have to pay attention to me, people, with the sonic mind. I'm not bigger than the music, so I'm there because I want you guys to get to the label and not just buy it for my selfish needs, but I want the label to always be big.
Yeah, it will. It is big, so it's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, to y'all to keep going to Bandcamp and supporting. Thanks. Keep showing the love because the PayPal. I love seeing that, man. Them emails from PayPal. So and so bought. Cha-ching. It's just nice. It's real.
That's
nice.
what's up. Speaking of support, I'm just gonna go ahead. I ain't got nothing going on, man. It's just work. That's all they do. Work.
Good though.
Today, yeah, I got to. I thought about like if I quit, what would happen? I would be broke, homeless, and some other stuff. But
somebody else.
That's all I got.
You're doing
that's true.
You're making somebody happy. You're making dreams come true because when they get that car, they're happy, and you are a part of this. You are a part of this thing that made them happy. And as I said before, you got probably 10 or 100 other moms that want your job.
Yeah, that's true.
Begging, be happy to have that job you have.
That's true.
You be thinking it like that. You imagine outside is a whole line of 100 people just waiting, hoping to get the job you got.
Right.
That's how you're looking at it.
And I'm sitting there like I hate it. So
that's what I'm saying.
So that being said, of support. Oh, wow, wrong one, but yeah, this is what happens when support's not there. But speaking of, like, share, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. I want to thank the few people who have supported us, but we still gotta get these numbers up. I mean, I think between the two of us, we probably got like 20,000 people that follow us, maybe. And on this channel, it's only like 460-ish people who actually follow. So yeah, we got to get that closer, y'all. So like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. It don't cost you nothing. It's free. FRE free. Follow us on Instagram, MS Live with D-KNOX. See, MS Live with D-KNOX. And on X, same thing, MS Live with D-KNOX. We're also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. So when you're on those platforms, just make sure you follow us there so you know when new stuff is out. You can also, today is a crazy day. You can also email us at mslive@dknox@gmail.com. Roberto is still here. We haven't got rid of him yet. We still need him because he works for free. So, that helps us out. Also, since our numbers are up, we get monetized at the moment. So if you want to help donate something by PayPal, that's cool. Or just simply watch the show as usual. If you want to donate on PayPal, go to mslive@dknox@gmail.com and you're in the section for PayPal. You can donate to us there. Or in this corner up here, things keep changing all the time. In the corner up there, there's a QR code you can scan and take you to the donation page up there. You can set up donations. We greatly appreciate it. That'd be great. So today, I'm very excited for our guest.
Yes.
He's a legend in my book. Dope music, always dope. And I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of not doing the introduction right because I don't know how to introduce somebody to this magnitude who's just super dope. So I'm gonna let y'all see it for yourself. Let's bring to the stage Mr. Funk Devoid.
What's up, fellas? Hey.
Good. How you doing?
Thank you very much. I feel humbled. How you doing, fellas? You okay?
I'm all right. Yourself?
Good. Yeah, Barcelona. I just got back from a 4-week Asian tour with Pig from Pig and Dan. It was amazing. I had a really good time. It was great. We went Vietnam, Singapore, Thailand. We skipped Bali this time, but I think Bali will be on the agenda next time. But it's that place, the kind of place where you leave and you want to go straight back. That's what I did last time on my last tour. I booked my return flight the day I got back to Barcelona. But I'm not saying Barcelona is a bad place, but I've been here quite a long time. I'd say nigh on 30 years I've been in this town. So it's nice to travel, especially to get gigs at my stage of the career. I mean, I'm always blessed in that respect. And I'm fine. I'm here with my son. He's just had his arm tattooed, so he's looking for some love right now. He's just got his full arm done. I think he's copying his dad.
Okay.
And I'm fine here in Barcelona. I'm been here for a while, and things are good. Doing my weekly shows. I got my residency here, my little club night for like 100 people every month. And I'm doing my teaching online. So, a few things happening. And what you were saying about Bandcamp, respect to the people that buy music on Bandcamp, because I'm the same as you. Every time I see that little PayPal thing coming in, it's like, thank you very much for supporting the artist, because, this is what we love doing. If you want us to continue doing what, you like, then everything helps. But Bandcamp's a great gateway to help us out.
Yeah, that's for sure. So if you guys been watching the show, we we actually do put a name to the episode, and this is no different. So find out what today's is. MS Live with D-KNOX season 2, episode 44, y'all. 44. Byres Road with Funk Devoid.
Byres Road. That brings back lots of memories. That's where I grew up, actually. Yeah, Byres Road. Didn't you say you bought one of my records that has Bluted on Byres Road? Is that one of my first records to come out, actually?
So this is it. This is my first introduction to Mr. Funk Devoid right here.
Wow, and look at that.
Who else is on there? Just so we can.
Kicking Records. Remember Kicking Records?
Wow. Kicking Records, y'all. It's you and Surgeon.
That's right.
You and Surgeon.
Right
here.
Yeah, Bluted on Byres Road. Bluted means drunk as hell, actually. So maybe it was in the 90s. It was probably released in the 90s, and I probably was drunk as hell on Byres Road. So that's
96. 96.
What a year that was, huh? Can we remember it vaguely? Yeah, it was a great year. 96 was great.
Yeah. So is this like the like a main road through your town that everybody hangs out on, or what?
I have a lot of memories. It's the place I grew up. It's a gorgeous street. The West End of Glasgow is a magical place. There's a nice cobbled lane called Ashton Lane, which had some beautiful little cafes and bars in there. It's a place I grew up as a kid, so it's always going to have this nostalgic kind of feel when I talk about it. Mm-hmm. And every time I go there, I mean, I worked there. I was an assistant manager for an independent record store for like 7 or 8 years. So I spent the 90s, handling all these classic records and all these first edition URs and like Strictly Rhythm and all these these amazing records are coming out for the first time, and I was there selling it and listening to it as my job. I was so lucky. So Byres Road was the street I grew up on, the place I worked on in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And it was my family home was there. So that's that's always got a special place in my heart. Scotland is unbelievable people. I mean, I'm going back actually in a few weeks. I will be visiting Byres Road in a few weeks. 2 weeks, maybe. No, next week. Christ, I'm going next week. Yeah, I've got a gig with Dave Angel next week.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And he's probably one of my biggest heroes. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's going to be a landmark gig. I played with Dave before, but this is special because I haven't seen him for like 20 years or something. And Dave is probably one of the originators of techno funk, kind of like that British sound. And yeah, I'm actually scared. I'm playing with him next week. I need to sort out that playlist.
Oh wow!
I'll be seeing all my friends from Glasgow and visiting Byres Road, probably getting blutered as well. But yeah, it's going to be fun. I mean, yeah, I always bring my kids back there when I can, but this is going to be like a 4-day trip. Is it the week after next? Actually, it's the 31st of May, I think. So that's where I'm going.
Okay, that's cool. So, like, if I'm not mistaken, like Dave, he's actually like Money Love is his sister, correct?
Yeah, is that right? Yeah,
I heard
right.
It's her brother.
That's crazy. Is it Money Love?
Yeah, I believe so.
Damn, that's
the
crazy.
rapper Money Love.
Yeah,
he
had a famous sister. That's right. It was
dang. Yeah, that's Money Love. Yeah.
Dave's just releasing a new album. Actually, I mean, this is his first album in a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really looking forward to that, and I think a lot of people will be surprised how the style of it. I think he's going for more ambient jazz vibes. So yeah, looking forward to that. And looking forward to catching up with him. Scotland has a very huge place in my heart. I mean, I played at a festival last year, which was amazing, Passenger Festival in the Isle of Arran, and the Scots know how to party. They don't let hide anything on the dance floor. They go absolutely nuts, and they'll tell you if they don't like you as well. So it's kind of cool because if you get well received by a Scottish crowds, it means you're in. It means you're doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, the whole Rubber Dub crew.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
Well, they played. Actually, they booked us a long time ago.
Nice.
At that restaurant, that club underneath that restaurant, and then the other club. Oh, I can't remember.
I know that club. Played at that club.
Yeah,
the Rubber Dub Club.
Another one too. I played at. I can't remember the name, but it was like a weekend tour. But all the bios.
You were hanging out with the Scots that whole weekend, huh?
Yeah, no, but that was the first place I had chips and fish and chips.
Nice. The last time. The first and last time. No, right, probably. Chips is nice.
And I remember the midgies. You guys, some little things that gets in the car. They're like little.
We don't talk about them. We don't talk about them on the Scottish Tourist Board. Don't mention anything.
What is that? Hold on, wait a minute.
What is miniature mosquitoes? Like the smallest little mosquito, and you can't even see them. They're like little fleas.
Like a gnat almost?
Yes, a gnat. There you go. That's
they get in the car.
They
get in your car, man. You roll the window down to get in. It's like
a cloud.
It's a bunch of them. They get in. It's hard to get out, man. And it's I remember that time. They took us way out somewhere to look at some sheep and be careful with the midgie.
There's some sheep. Have a look at that. Yeah, that's Scotland for you. I bet you partied your ass off as well. You must have partied. If you were
what about those chips? What are those chips? They gave me some chips and they said, be careful, man. It smells just like, with your woman down there. And I was like,
I'm sorry.
They did.
Yeah. I mean, they put a lot of vinegar on there. There's a lot of the shit is soaked in vinegar, and then they pour that salt. Like they don't stop pouring the salt on it. So it's like this kind of potato goo. It's like it's weird. It's not healthy for you, man. And they boil that shit in fat. The batter. It's just no wonder they're the number one country for heart disease. I mean, they really are.
Oh wow.
At Mars, that deep fried Mars bar thing, that's a real thing, deep frying like chocolate. I mean, the deep fried pizza, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Can you believe that shit? They put a frozen pizza, they lower it into the chip fat, and then they just cook that shit, and then it comes up like, it's some nasty ass food for sure.
Roberto, hello guys. Peace. Hey, Roberto. Peace to you.
Hello, Decisive Podcast Series.
Yes.
So yeah, I noticed I saw Samuel was in one of those photos. You know SJK from Berlin?
He's
Sam? He's in one of my communities as well.
Who was that?
So SJK Samuel. He was in one of the Samuel. He was in one of the big German dude.
Yeah. Have you been to Detroit and Chicago?
Is he come to visit you guys? I don't know. I saw a picture of you all together.
We met him in Berlin. I met him in Berlin first, and Myles saw him when we both were in town together. But
nice.
He is tall. He's basketball.
He's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 6'4". I'm like,
You're 6'4"?
I'm 6'4", yeah, but I'll probably start shrinking soon. But I've been 6'4". Maybe I'm getting shorter, but yeah, 6'4". But he's like 6'7" or something.
Yeah, dude, for real.
Huge.
I ran into him at About Blank.
Okay, nice.
I was looking at a tower or something like this. Like, whoa.
I didn't realize he was that tall. I don't remember him being that tall. But he came to see me in Kit Kat Club in Berlin. Actually, twice he's come to see me. That's a great club as well.
Tell us about that club, because I don't know.
I love it. It's just so cool. It's just like it's just free. Everyone's doing whatever the hell they want. Of course, everyone's naked, but it's kind of like the dress code's whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be, you know. So I mean, I think the staff don't have to adhere to that rule, or the DJs. But I think I went in with like a tank top or something, like dog collar with a bit of mascara. But I felt super cool there. I actually stayed till the end. I mean, it was just a great vibe. You can play anything there, house, techno, whatever, disco. You can go fast, slow, and yeah, it's just everyone's up for it. It's a lot of Brits, a lot of British dudes with the tops off as well. It's got that kind of novelty value thing about Kit Club because it's such a famous fetish club, right?
Yeah.
But the vibes are great. The Mondays are insane. It's like packed, absolutely packed. And I think they kind of, I think the dress code's a little bit more restrictive, or not restrictive, but a little bit more. You have to make an effort to go into the club. You know, you can't just show up in a jeans and t-shirt, whatever. But I just had a great time. I play there every year now. I think we're playing again, and I'm actually playing there this summer, I think. But I'm playing in Berlin next week. So next week's Berlin, and then Glasgow's the week after.
Okay.
So I'm playing for these Rawax guys. You know Rawax, the label.
Yeah.
They've been doing a lot of good stuff, re-releasing a lot of classic stuff of mine, like early Francois Dubois, and they're going to re-release some of the Funk DuVois stuff as well on vinyl. So they're a vinyl only label, and they're doing really good things. They're playing. Robert's great. I'm sure he'll be up for releasing you. I mean, are you not working with them yet? Well, you got your own stuff on Sonic Mind, though.
Matter of fact, it's like with Andre. So that's I know who Robert is. I've spoken to him a few times, but
I mean, he would love you're his vibe. So I'm pretty sure he's going to maybe license stuff of you, whatever. I mean, they've got a huge audience there, man. It's like all the kids really see him as a tastemaker, and he's very on the Detroit tip on that kind of like cool vibe, you know. And that's I think it's only a positive thing, and that's why I'm going to give him a lot of my discography. So a lot of other artists are doing the same thing. Like Gerald as well, Gerald Mitchell, Los Hermanos. He's already on there doing stuff. That reminds me, I need to finish that remix, which I've been working on for like 6 years. I'll get it done eventually. I'm doing a remix for Gerald. Los Hermanos. So yeah, but it's such a great track. I have to get it right. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist that way. Some tracks I can finish in a week, nothing shorter than a week though. But there's other tracks that I stay with for years or months, you know, and just kind of cultivate them. I don't know, how is your work ethic in the studio? Do you guys do collabs, right?
Me, not really. Rarely. Yeah.
One man show.
Pretty much, yeah. I have a few that I might actually do soon, but I'm usually on my own, man. I think the only time I ever
work, like if you want to get in the studio, do you have like a sweet time when the creativity flows? Like for me, it's between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. every day. It takes a whole day of building up to the moment of working on the studio, and then it's like 2 hours, 3 hours of creativity, and then boom, brain dead.
Yeah.
You know, no time with you, man. With myself.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't really be thinking about it. It's just I might just turn the stuff on and then bang, there's a track. I kind of have this feeling now. I'm at this point where anytime I turn this stuff on, I can bang something out. The thing that stops me is sometimes I have a lot of things I need to do, and I know once I start this stuff, it's very hard for me to turn it off. Because something is coming. Something's coming. And I need to, I might as well go ahead and finish it. But I know that, don't make sense for me to start nothing Sunday night, late at night, because I know in the morning I got to get up and do stuff or something. So I look for those. What I try to do I try to look for those days or moments when, okay, I know I got a lot of free time and I'm not gonna have to do nothing the next day, because in Kalamazoo I had a different process. Like I used to treat making tracks sometimes as if I'm a DJ at the club. So let's say Friday, for example, I start making tracks, let's say around 7 or 6 or 8 even. My idea is stay up as late as possible and just keep making stuff and go even through the morning and then just sleep in the next day. You know, that's what I used to do. And I sit up and make stuff. But now it's like, okay, even in my iPad, for example, I could just be outside at the park bench and I could turn the thing on and okay, there's a track right there. And sometimes I had to be smart enough to realize, dude, you got the track. There's a track right there. You don't need to keep going. You don't need to keep editing. That's the track. You just need to send it in and have it mastered. And for me, it was like this came too fast. But after so many years of doing stuff, like in working, I guess at some point you get to that point where it's like that. But that's my thing. It's like I just
trust the process. Yeah, you have to trust the process.
It's gonna come out, like for sure. But I needed time to, okay, let me finish it, and not just.
So that's a good catalyst. Having a gig at the weekend, that's a great catalyst for getting shit done, like a tracks, whatever, to play out in the club, right? I guess that would be you would get vibed up in the studio, and it would make you do some good work if you had an actual audience to play this track fresh off the press, whatever, so to speak. So yeah, when you get to my stage of the career, it's more like deadlines and working with record companies, and there's no real urgency. I don't have that urgency that much anymore writing music. The only time I get the urgency is when the record company phones me up and saying, listen, you're late with the remix, we need it by next week. Right. Then it's all gravy. Then I can do it in like 24 hours or have a deadline. I need a deadline to do music. Otherwise I'll never get it done. So if you just ask me for a remix and I say, when does it need done by? And they go, oh, whenever, there's no rush. I'll never get it done. I will never do it. I need to be told this needs to be done by this date at this time. I think that's an ADHD thing, or it must be some kind of weird on the spectrum thing. But that's the way, the only way I can finish projects. I still have projects from 10 years ago that haven't been finished, old Logic projects that haven't been transformed into live, because I only started using live a few years ago, live as a proper DAW, whereas before I just use it as a live instrument for my live shows. Just the drag and drop kind of like clips. Used it in clip mode, but I was a Logic guy for years. Now I haven't got back to Logic. I can't even look at Logic anymore. Once you go to the dark side, man, there's no way you can't go back. Ableton is the dark side for me. So I'm like, I was like, Ableton's so much better, man. It's just so fluid. Everything I do is drag and drop, cut and paste, and I don't even use a clip mode. I'm an arranger guy, so I just get my ideas down, in 20 tracks, and it was just that case of like I had to just make the switch. I was scared of change, and that's why I worked with Logic for so long. Don't get me wrong, I still like Logic for certain projects.
Yeah,
it still sounds great. It still sounds good, but it is the dentist's DAW, It is the kind of easy kind of Mac music maker, and it's like one step up from GarageBand, but it still sounds great. So I don't diss anyone that uses Logic, because they call it Logic Pro for the pros, right? That's what I used to say before I switched to live.
Wow.
Logic is, especially on the iPad now. If you get Logic on the iPad, you basically got the DAW on your iPad with that thing.
Really? And you find it working okay with a touchscreen?
The only problem is it's a subscription. So that's the thing. But I played around with it and I almost bit the bullet, but I ended up buying Cubasis because I said, okay, I don't want to be subscription. I'll own Cubasis, because with Cubasis I can use it like I do Ableton.
All right, on the iPad, yeah. You got a big ass iPad.
I can finish everything because it basically works the same, like Ableton in there, like especially because I want to mainly use it for the timeline.
Yeah,
make the full song in there. But if you use that with it's basically like Ableton, but on the iPad, those two together. But that Logic on the iPad, if you have Logic on your computer and you have it there,
it's a great little tool. Great tool.
Yeah, it's a great tool, I would say.
Because you have your desk out there. I think I've seen the program that works with the iPad. You have your desk right there, from Logic on an iPad, so you can just fiddle away. I remember using iPads for DJing back in the old tractor days when you used to DJ a track.
You use it for DJing. It's a sound module, basically. Yeah. That's the thing. If you got a good MIDI controller, it's like, all the synths, every synth that's out there, like
Touch OSC. Remember Touch OSC? Using all that with Tractor and running in the crowd and fucking going, look at me, we're using the effects with the Tractor, and then running back into the DJ box, and then all of a sudden now we just stick with the CDJs, whatever. I mean, you guys are vinyl technicians, all right? I guess both of you like using records.
We can do it all.
Both.
CDJ, hybrid set, like you using Tractor.
Yeah.
It's it's all for me. I approach them all as if I'm DJing on turntables.
Right.
Everything. Like I'm thinking, if I'm coming from that thinking, okay, if I'm using turntables or a hybrid set or CDJs, it's that same thought process.
Well, my friend just watched Jeff Mills' hybrid set with the band members last night in Tokyo. Said it was amazing. But yeah, live. I used to do live. The last time I did a live set was 2011. God damn. I'm not sure I could do a live anymore. I used to use I had the same setup as Mr. G. It was actually me that did that Mr. G setup. I used the MPC 3000 and a 4-channel mixer and a fucking delay and a reverb unit. That was it. And one of those old Mackie desks. That was my setup for years. But yeah, I don't know. I did a live set in Fabric in 2011. That was the last time. It's fun, but it's also very nerve-wracking because as with DJing, you can just change the record, but when it's your records and it's your sound, there's no escape. So I'm not a fan of doing live shows, even though I did so many of them back in the day. But I'm not sure what it would take for me to get back on the stage in that respect. I still love DJing though. DJing's great. It's a great medium, and I still love doing it. But obviously for smaller crowds and for more clued up crowds.
Do you remember your first gig, your first like pro gig?
Yeah, I got paid £50. It was in Glasgow in some small kind of like working man's club, and I was playing S Express, the theme from S Express. Someone gave me a chance to play. I only had like 10 records or something, and I jumped at the chance, and then I started getting gigs in a place called the House and Garage Club on a Monday. I was 16 years old, so I was still at school and sneaking out, my mom's house and going to clubs at 12 at night and DJing. Keith from Desert Storm was very kindly gave me one of my first kind of residencies there as well. So yeah, I started from a very young age running under 18s clubs before I was 18, playing commercial music, but playing Fridays and Saturdays. But I've been DJing since I was a little bairn. And I was lucky to have the knowledge that this was what I wanted to do, or when I started as a DJ and then as a producer. That came later, around 24, 25, when Ken Sharman, the lecturer of music technology in Glasgow Uni, he took me under his wing and he showed me everything about MIDI and running a studio and cables. And he very kindly took me under his wing, and we did some music together and a couple of records. I think, what was my first record with him? United States of Sound, called Kiss the Baby. Yeah, that came out on Bomba Records. That was actually my first record, 1994, I think it was.
Okay.
So there was stuff before Funk Devoid. It's not, it was very kind of amateur sounding, but it still has that kind of like sample-based vibe. But yeah, I was lucky to have a mentor when I was that age. I was someone with a studio, took me under his wing and basically gave me the keys to the studio and taught me everything, how to use MIDI, because back then it was all MIDI and like old E6400 samplers and Akai S900s and like samplers with 4 seconds of samples on them, floppy disks. Akai, the Atari ST 1040, whatever. That's what the stuff I cut my teeth on.
Yeah. So you mentioned a few things I actually want to hit on too. So, how much was Parliament Funkadelic?
I love George Clinton. The story of my name is obviously a play on words of the bad man, Sir Nose Devoid of Funk, Dr. Funkenstein's nemesis, right? So it's kind of like that goes back to this. Yeah, I totally ripped off Parliament's cartoon kind of character. I had the Parliament album, and I had a big poster of Sir Nose Devoid of Funk. It was on my wall. I lost the poster now. But I just like the play on words, and I just changed the devoid of funk to funk devoid. I turned it around and gave it an apostrophe.
Okay.
So I've got to thank George Clinton for that. And that was like, yeah. But the funny thing is about the character, it's like his whole raison d'etre is to stop dance music and eliminate the funk, and like he's against Dr. Funkenstein. If you follow the you know these the animated whatever the cartoons or the comics, yeah, it's kind of like I'm a bad guy. I'm like a bad kind of comic style mafia boss that wants to stop people dancing and eliminate funk music, which is completely the opposite of me.
Right,
really.
right.
So there's the kind of juxtaposition of Funk to Void.
Okay, yeah. I can see that. I was like, that's kind of dope, you know what I mean? Because I remember, like, I got the album downstairs somewhere, but I just remember like the poster somewhere.
You have the poster too?
At it, to be honest, with him on. I think it was him, but with the spaceship, and they're like kind of hanging on the spaceship.
Yeah,
you can't forget that. You know what I mean?
I lost that poster. I had the original album as well.
Okay.
I unfortunately had to sell my records to pay the rent like last year, so that kind of sucks, man. But and it kind of I see a lot of these channels now. They're showing off their record collection. It kind of hurts me a little bit, you know, when you see a lot of, especially my records. I don't own any of my records, man. I had to sell all of them. Like,
are you serious? You don't own any of them?
I don't own any of my own records, man. I sold them all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I have a vinyl-free house, but that's kind of helping me out a little bit. I'm gonna have to move soon as well. I heard you were talking about you're moving, Donald.
Yeah,
so you're moving. Are you staying in the same city or?
Yeah, same city. It's just I'm going to a spot where some more things happening, newer building,
really?
and cheaper.
Okay.
I have to pay less money over there. So, and it's the same space, so it was like a no-brainer.
Nice.
For me,
but it's a pain in the ass boxing shit up. Like you have to. I mean, it's a good way to get rid of a lot of junk. I'm actually
that's what I've been doing, man. Like especially this past week, it was just okay. Do I need this or that? You know how you kind of hesitate. You put it aside. You're like, okay, maybe I'm gonna do it in an hour. Think if I'm gonna get rid of it, and after a while, you come back. Okay, if I haven't used it in 2 years or something, just from some reason, this cable or this battery or something, just get rid of it.
I mean, you can make money with stuff like this. People buy shit like anything. I'm selling a lot of stuff. I'm a bit of a hoarder. I've even got those like DJ top trump cards from fucking 30 years ago. I keep all that shit. I have a 69, you know, Carl Craig 69. I have a Planet E Frisbee. I have a Planet E basketball fucking shirt. I mean, I have not even worn it. I used to get lots of free shit in the record store, promotional stuff. I have a Daft Punk promotional t-shirt that I've never worn. I keep all that stuff and I hoard it. I mean, I had a Chucky doll about 20 years ago and I sold it for like 2,000 euros.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just buy stupid shit and just keep it. And then it goes up in value. Then I sell it on Wallapop years later. So I'm going to have to go through a lot of my stuff. There's a lot of junk here that's accumulated over the last 30 years. But I think it might be time for me to move on. So
yeah. So what prompted them move to from Glasgow to Barcelona?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. I don't know. I guess I fell in love with Barcelona the minute my feet hit the tarmac. And it was like, I had a good in there with an agency that wanted to kind of look after me. I already had some gigs. I mean, if coming from Glasgow, then going to a place like Barcelona, the quite polar opposites way of life, culture. You know, it's a beach city. It's just very cosmopolitan and you know, quite dazzling city when you first arrive. And having those contacts, those local contacts, that were very helpful. And I was working with Sonar, Advanced Music a lot back in the day, and everyone was so helpful and accommodating, and it just was an easy fit. I had a lot of gigs at the time. I had a lot of kind of big records out, and yeah, it was an easy fit. I was always thought that I didn't want to be the guy at the end of the bar in my local town saying, "Oh, I should have left." You know, I should have tried. You know, I didn't have any regrets about moving. I wanted to move from a very young age and live somewhere else, and I've done that already a couple of times. I'm starting to feel that same urge again now. The same way I felt when I left Glasgow. So, but I've given Barcelona a really good long run. It's been 30 years here. I spent most of my life here.
Yeah. So I'll take it your Spanish is pretty good.
Está increíble, tío. Fantástico. Yo hablo perfectamente castellano.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know what I just said, but it sounded cool. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I speak I mean, my Spanish is actually terrible, but all the locals think I sound like a Russian fucking sea captain. And
right.
My accent's terrible, but I can speak. My kids speak perfect Spanish, Catalan, Portuguese and English, but they refuse to speak Spanish to me, unfortunately.
Oh,
I don't know what it is. My dad's Swedish. He never spoke Swedish to me. I wish he taught me Swedish. I feel a bit gutted about that. But yeah, I think learning languages is very important. I'm learning Vietnamese and Thai right now, which is a bit tough, but I think I'm going to get the hang of it. I like hyper focusing on things. That's part of the ADHD thing. You're able to hyper focus on something you're interested in, so you get the dopamine rush. It's like this thing with OBS and this whole kind of like podcasting thing. It was a great learning curve. Buying all the gear, learning how to use OBS, and setting all the equipment up, and it's just fun thing to do if you're technically minded. And let's face it, this is fun, right? This whole kind of format.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's great, and it's a great thing to do later on in your career as well. I mean, when you've been around the block a while, when you got a few kind of anecdotes to say, and it's a very comfortable fit for me. What I'm going to feel sad about most about leaving all this stuff, if I have to, what Donald's going through now is like having to pack shit up.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to sell. I'm going to have to sell everything, bro. I'm going to have to sell the D5, the Pro 1, the 808, the Juno 2080. I'm looking at all the gear. I've got 2 DAT players here I need to sell. Damn, I need to sell it all. I might not sell this voice box because it's really cool.
Yeah, I don't sell that. Keep it.
Yeah, I can sell the fucking tractor controller. No biggie. The JD800. I've got a rolling JD800 here. I need to sell that, man. That needs to go. It's a bit damaged, though. But yeah, I can't take all this with me if I'm leaving somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a big ass operation, selling stuff, but it's going to be a good thing. I think change is good. You need to go through these big changes in life, to keep the blood pumping and your heart going.
Yeah, I think we lost Donnell for some reason. He might pop back in.
Oh, he's frozen.
He's frozen.
He's back.
I think the internet sometimes just because
sometimes I have my story.
Other people too, other guests. I see them.
Let's see, he froze again.
I was having trouble with my camera before. I don't know what happened. Now it just seems to be fine. I hate that. That's the worst thing when you get a technical glitch half an hour before a show. It just sends me into a spiral. I'm like, I need to fix. That's OCD, which I also have.
Okay.
So it's like if there's a problem and I need to fix it. It's like there's just if anything's wrong, or it's like even the state of the world right now. I can't relax because of what's happening in the world right now.
Yeah,
it affects me creatively. It affects my soul. It affects everything I do. And what you said about disconnecting from the internet, I think that's a great idea. You need to kind of cut yourself off from the feed. I call it the feed. So yeah, I think that's another thing that harms the creative process is external influences. So that's why I think it's important to have a really nice studio space. I don't know if you both have that in your house.
Well, you guys, it's Sunday too, so people are probably sitting up watching a Lifetime TV shows, or
they're having fun.
Especially if it's nice.
Yeah.
We have a Japanese festival in town tonight. I missed it. It's all good. I told you I've been sick for like 10 days, man. I'm starting to come out of it. Thank God, but it's no fun being sick. Is it? Health is wealth, as they say.
A little ill too. That was another thing that was affecting me because last week I felt funny. Then for a couple of days, it went pretty fast, but it was like stuffy. Like my nose was stuffy for a few days, and like the head cold type thing. So it must be something.
I haven't felt the same since I gave up smoking. And they're like, "When did you quit?" 10 years ago. I mean, that's an old Woody Allen joke. It's quite funny. Remember that? Yeah, I'm back on the cigarettes, man. I need to quit the cigarettes. I mean, it's just when you're in Asia, you have to smoke. Everyone else is smoking, and it's just a kind of cultural thing. But I need to give up the cigarettes.
So I do got to ask you, man. I got to know some stuff about what it's like to be around Pig and Dan, and I do got to ask you more about that Kit Kat Club because I have always wanted to DJ there.
You've been?
I mean, I can pick it up, man. I'll speak to
Mohan. Been outside it. I've never played there. I always wanted to play
Berlin, right? I mean, it's right next to where you live, bro.
I mean, come on. I go to Berlin all the time, but I've just never went inside that club.
I was at my hotel. It was right there.
Yeah, I know. It was like
we walked past it like a million times.
Yeah, a little hotel across the road from it. Yeah,
I just never went inside. I just wanted to try DJing one time. Just like if it's good, maybe more
super
time.
Receptive, and they're super receptive, man. They're open to everything. And
Lars, have you been in the pool? The pool in there?
Hell no. I don't go to no swimming pool in a club. You kidding me?
The pool in there, bro.
Like, that's gonna be nasty, man. I'm not going to some pool in a club. No,
it's there. So I've been there once, and
there's a pool there. I didn't notice that.
A pool inside Kit Kat Club.
Damn, I didn't notice that shit.
Yeah,
I was so focused on the set. I was like DJing the whole time. I go on there because it's very unnerving. Playing in Berlin, it's like a DJ assault course because you really, it's a knowledgeable crowd most of the time.
Yeah,
you can really kind of flex your DJ muscles in Berlin. It's the only city in the world where I feel I'm free as a DJ to play what the fuck I want. And I've played days there, missed flights. I've played in Bergheim for like goddamn 24 hours once. And it's like, Panorama Bar, really. But yeah, it's one of those places you land, you fly there, you land, you have so many opportunities to get lost and just, you do one gig, then all of a sudden you're going to somewhere else, you're DJing somewhere else, you're going to some after party, obviously this is like, we're going back about 10 years. I don't think I could do that now. I'm just going in and out next week, but it's going to be a nice boat party next week in Berlin if anyone's around.
Yeah. This party's on a Friday. Is it at Habitas?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well spotted. It's a nice little boat, right? It's actually moored. It doesn't move. I mean, it's Habitas Club. Thank you. There's Samuel there. Hello, Samuel. I'll put you in the guest list, all right, Samuel, for that one. Yeah, we were just talking about the Kit Kat Club, Sam. About the first time they didn't let you in because you were too dressed straightly, so he had to strip down. Yeah, he had to strip down to his short and curlies, man, and then he got in. But I don't think I would have done that. Yeah, I'm a bit shy about my body, but Sam's a total trooper, man. He went in and did it, and yeah, had a great time. And the second time he came all sorted, so he fit in perfectly. Luckily, the staff and the DJs don't really have to adhere to the rules. Right. But it's good. It makes you, dress up and whatever. I mean, it seems you have to just experience it yourself, Donald, man. If you want to play there, I can have a word with Mohan and get you in there because it's not a big journey for you, right?
No, it's just like a couple of hours on the train. And
yeah, exactly.
For me, it ain't a big money concern. It's just be fun to.
Berlin, everyone gets paid the same in Berlin. It's
pretty much. Yeah,
so 300 euro or something.
Whatever,
like that.
Whatever, 300 and a whatever. The hot dog outside the club, but no, it's fun. Berlin's great. I used to play a lot of clubs in Berlin. Like Tresor was fun. Panorama Bar a few times. What my favorite club in Berlin? It was probably, I can't remember the name of it. They're all closed now. Yeah, which one?
Arena
Suicide Circus, is that still going? That was a good place, but they can't call it Suicide anymore. They call it Circus or something. I don't know. I used to play there a lot. But yeah, Germany's got some great clubs. Germany's still popping. Spain's still popping for the techno. They love the techno here as well, and Scotland, the UK as well. Techno's still thriving, but maybe more the kind of underground cool stuff, not the 160 BPM crazy shit, but the proper kind of like Detroit style underground, whatever, like Ben Sims, that kind of ilk, Paul Mac. I'm into that kind of techno. That's my kind of vibe. I like a techno, funky techno, like Gaetano Parisio, all these kind of this kind of style. I do adhere to that kind of classic sound. But yeah, I think the word melodic techno has been bastardized and completely hijacked. I don't think whatever that shit melodic techno they call is not I would say melodic techno at all. Sounds like fucking man trance. I think, and it's probably a word for it. It's just too commercial. I'm a very anti-commercial guy, anti-mainstream. I don't like anything that's popular. Maybe that to my detriment financially and with my career, but I just like sticking to my guns and following my soul to good music, and that's what I do. I'm not going to play shit. I'm not going to produce shit. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Most of the time it works out, and it's great when you get a good reaction from people in the crowd. I can play to like fucking 10 people or like 1,000 people. I'll still play the same, And most of the clubs I play now are like very small, 100 to 300 people anyway. And that's the way I like it. And I'm getting good buzz. I'm getting good buzzes from a lot of the clubs I'm playing in Asia as well. I'm getting a nice kind of fresh outlook on things. It just seems very fresh out there and exciting. I'm missing that kind of impetus in Europe. It's kind of, not to be on a downer, but it's a very saturated market, and it's Europe, and it's been at the center of the whole scene for so many years. So I like it when I see it pollinating into other areas and other regions. And I'm a big fan of the food in Asia. I just love
Right.
Asian food, man. I mean, it's healthy. It's really good for you, especially Vietnam. But yeah, I just feel at home there. You know, I've loved Spain for 30 years, but I don't see myself growing old here. And I'm getting old. I'm getting old now. I'm going to start thinking of the future. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you've been living in Poland for how many years now, Donald? That's been a sweet.
That's been a long time. But by the way, before we get into that, did you play at the Zouk Club in Singapore?
The one goddamn club I didn't play was Zouk, and I wanted to play there. I knew the owner was so cool. You played, right?
I did play there. I played when I went to Singapore. That is the club I played at, Zouk. That's why I had to ask you if you played there.
Singapore's great. Singapore, I played.
It's a funny place too.
Godwin's one of my best friends over there, and he's run all the clubs. And yeah, Zouk was great. And yeah, it's such a. I mean, Singapore is awesome. It's fucking expensive, but it's very, very cool place to play
over there. That was. I remember when I went there in January. I was like, "Ooh,
it's the same all year round." And it's like, yeah, that's the one thing about living in Asia, man. If you're not a fan of like subtropical weather, you're gonna die over there. The humidity is stifling. It really is. But I don't know. I'm just all for it, man. I'm all for it. I mean, my son, he loves cold weather. He loves like Alaska, fucking mountains. I think he's more Scottish than Spanish sometimes.
Sheila's, I can't pronounce that.
Hey, Mark Gase, Vaporspace Manager 80. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I know Mark. He's great. Yeah, I did a little retreat with Mark. He's great. He's a great cook as well. I saw Dave as well. I saw Dave Clark. He's an old pal of mine. I haven't seen, but we played together a few times, Dave. But I haven't seen Mark Vaporspace for a while. He's a lovely fella. But yeah, no, I mean, I haven't been to ADE for a while though. I'm kind of missing these things. I don't really go to these big festivals anymore. I remember going to Miami a few times.
He says he's my roommate.
Yeah, hi Mark. Say hi for me. I don't know if he remembers me, but we went on a kind of artist retreat, like 3 hours outside of Amsterdam. That was kind of fun, and yeah, that was cool. I enjoyed that. But yeah, I'm maybe working with Suru guys. This new platform that they're developing. It's like a lossless audio artist development platform, which helps bring in mentors and collaborators together, bring a lot of similar kind of like themed artists to work together and improve their sound, and then get them hooked up with the right teacher or the right mentor. And yeah, Suru.music is the platform. They've just had their first retreat last month, which I heard went swimmingly. So yeah, that's looking like an exciting project. I might be involved more in over the next few months. What else am I doing? Still doing the streams. Yeah, I'm trying to get Dave Angel, man, but he's not up for doing that stuff.
That was my question, actually. So how did the stream thing come up? Because you're based on Twitch and you have, I think, 3 shows that you're doing.
Well, I'm trying to do 3 shows. I'm stuck to the one is the main one. The cringe binge is really hard to do because I have to sit down and watch really bad DJs for 2 hours, and it's really really hard to do is to watch bad DJs making mistakes for 2 hours. I don't know if it's like listening to someone drag their nails down a chalkboard for 2 hours, and then you're going to do the reactions and stuff. I mean, I've done a few shows. I'm going to get back into that. It's just that I went back on tour before I actually launched that show. The Friday feedback show is a show I do as a kind of free feedback show for kind of like younger producers, just to drop in and drop their tracks. I'm going to get back on that. I've just had really bad health problems since I got back from Asia. So once I'm feeling 100% back, I'll have the 3 shows a week. So it's 3 shows a week on Twitch. Yeah, twitch.tv/funkdevoid. That's where you can find all my shows. And yeah, I also have a mentoring company called fixedbyfunk.com, so you can check that out as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got all these things running, and now I'm actually starting a new merchandising brand as well, which I don't want to talk about just yet because I want to manifest that by doing it. I don't want to jinx it by talking about it, but that's my third business idea. Is because I love merchandise, I love designing, so that's another thing I like to do apart from music. I think a lot of artists, music producers, like designing as well. You know, it's all part of the same kind of thing. Feeling that creative beast inside you, and so yeah, that's going to be a clothing brand which I'm going to be overseeing. But I'm excited about that because I have a lot of good ideas for that. So let's see what happens. I'll obviously tell everyone about it when it's ready to launch, but there's some cool drops coming, as they say, drops. We got some cool drops.
So the feedback show. Let's talk about that for a second. So it kind of goes like this. If you guys, I seen it once, and I was just like, man, I'm glad it ain't me. So let's say me hypothetically, which I'm never going to send you nothing because whatever. But if I send you a track and I'm thinking, hey, I want him to check it out to give me some feedback.
Yeah.
That's the premise. You send him a track. If I'm sure you get thousands of tracks or whatever, and you just pick a few to listen to.
No.
You'd
be surprised. I just cut them. I just cut it right every week. Obviously, there's a few people come in more on the Friday, but the Wednesdays is more about my beautiful Patreon subscribers, and we have a nice little community, and they're the ones that I've been watching and nurturing over the last few years. So yeah, we have like 10 tracks a week, and yeah, they can take it on the chin. They can take constructive criticism if there is needed. But yeah, there's no flat out dissing. I'm not into the kind of like, oh, this sucks, bro. No, none of that stuff. It's like, dude, if you got a day job, keep it. No, none of that shit. It's like, it's kind of like you got to be very, very cool with it. I'm very, very the good cop on this. Sometimes we have some guests that kind of like can't hold back, and yeah, but it's like you got to give people a carrot, man. You can't just. And you have to offer solutions, If you have an idea, you can't just diss someone and say you're going to come up with something better. You've got to give them ideas. You got to lift people up, man. That's why I can't stand these shows like the X Factor. When they just fucking bring people down. Millionaires on a stage just like slagging people off. I fucking hate that shit. Yeah. I guess a lot of artistic people as well. You have to grow some thicker skin, I guess. I mean, I've had a few people that really haven't taken, the feedback that well. Have written me essays, of like, oh, I'm going to give up music after this. I can't believe, I don't think I'm that good. So there's a lot of sensitive people out there that you really need to take care of as well and be careful, because you never know who's on the other receiving end of the feedback. So you have to be a little bit tactful with what you say. Obviously, I could go balls out and just become, like Simon Factor, the dance music version of Simon Cowell of X Factor, but I'm not going to do that. It would probably get a lot more ratings, but yeah, I'm more about getting producers to make better music. I want to hear better music in the future, man. I don't want to hear. I mean, the things we've got going on with AI as well. That's another battle.
That's wild, man. Yeah,
that's another battle we have to fight. So yeah, I just want people to make better music, or be happy making better music, and knowing that there is another way apart from drag and drop and splice loops and shit like that. And
do you think like back, let's say, like I think we're all kind of in the same age range, and I think like maybe like the 90s, that time, I think people, my personal opinion, I think people were like more creative because you had to be.
Yeah.
And I think now it's just kind of like what I hear some good stuff, but then the majority of stuff to me, it all sounds the same.
I think the 90s, different environment, atmosphere, creativity. There was hope in the air. There was good times. People money in their pocket, and we're living in a fucking dystopian nightmare right now, and it's like that can't be good for the creative spirit, the creative mind. I mean, also being younger as well. Being in my 20s and 30s, that probably helped with my creative outflow. But yeah, I just think that, it was a much more hopeful time. And that's why we had such amazing genres, the emergence of drum and bass and IDM and all this stuff, artificial intelligence, Warp Records, that whole kind of umbrella of like insane creativity, like figureheads like Aphex Twin, etc. I mean, talking about Massive Attack was a good band for me as well. Mm-hmm. They're going to come and play here next month. Actually, I'm going to go and see them. But yeah, it's it was a magical time with it. People, there was hope in the air as well. It wasn't, everything seems to be collapsing right now, in a technological dystopian nightmare, and it's not really good for my brain. It's not good for me making music. So this is why I think I have some DJ friends that just switch their phone off or disconnect from the internet for 1 week every month or 2 months, and it really helps them out. So I think I'm going to take a leaf out of their book. But yeah, I mean, the 90s, I don't know. It's when you can write music, don't think of it like a job. That's what I was my most creative, when I had the freedom just to write when I feel like it.
Yep.
Now I feel like it's a little bit like a job, but it's okay. I still like it. It's a great job. I can't do anything else. I'm not going to do anything else. So,
yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. The 90s was good though. I think the 90s was amazing everywhere. I mean, to be young in the 90s was a fucking, the best thing. We'll always have that. I don't want to diss too much the kids' generation now, but I think it's just the fact that we're older, and they're all having fun. It's just a youth thing. But it was better back in the day. Hee, I'm joking. Way better, man. God damn.
I'll get that. So, my next question, and then after that, I think D might have one or not. But can you tell me about your relationship with Soma?
Soma,
that's where I see most. Well, I personally seen a lot of output from you there.
They're great.
How did it come about? And how is? Are you still with them, or you still do things with them, or?
We're still friends. Yeah, we still hang out when we're around, or if I'm in Glasgow. I mean, they were my teachers basically when I was going to the clubs, in the late 80s, early 90s, and they were all part of that whole kind of rave generation, the start of the whole culture, that movement. And I remember making my first EP on a cassette tape and going to an after party and sheepishly handing over this cassette with like Jack Me Off to Ord in the party, and then saying, can you check this out? Maybe you could do something with it, because they'd already been playing my United States of Sound record, which I did with Ken Sharman, and then I did this 4-track EP in my small studio apartment with about 3 bits of gear, and I'd made enough money to have a little studio set up. I did 4 tracks, and then I went to the after party and went up to Stuart and Ord and gave them the tape, and then they called me the next day and signed my first EP, and that was the beginning of the career. And I gave up my day job a week later because I'd used up all my holidays with all the gig offers in the first month of signing the record. So first gig was like E-Work in Berlin in '96, and you see an ex-member of Kraftwerk at the bar, and you're like, fucking hell, this is insane. It was that kind of vibe in Berlin. E-Work was an amazing club. Shame it shut down. That's probably before your time, Donald. I'm not sure if you remember E-Work. That was one of the kind of biggest clubs in Berlin at that time. But yeah, Soma has been like family for me. We've been in so many gigs together, so many releases, and every time I see them, it's like seeing old pals. And of course, we're still in contact because they have a lot of my discography, my early works. So they're always paying me checks every 6 months anyway. So. That's cool. They've been great. They're a great label, and all my music gets licensed a lot. In fact, we're re-releasing Diablo on Armada Music. So I think Joris Verne is going to do it. He's done a mix. He's been playing it out. Pig and Dan have done a really cool mix as well, and I've done another mix. But I've done a mix which is staying true to the original, but making it more modern, as in production-wise. Because the original's like, I don't want to think how old that fucking record is. What is it, 2001? Damn. It's 25 years old. So that record's 25 years old. So it was done in a very kind of old school setup. So we're redoing it with modern production techniques. So let's see. It's just kind of nice to hear that people are playing it and still enjoying it after all this time. And I see a lot of my old records being played in these Instagram reels. The latest thing on Instagram was where people showing off their record collection,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I always end up popping up on them now and then, like, I found this gem from 2006. This is the original deep house sound. It's like, damn. And then someone's playing my record in Berghain, which an old record from 2011. So it's nice to see the kids, the next generation, searching for my music and playing it still. Yeah. What else can I ask for, man? I don't feel the need to be seen as relevant, but it's just nice to be, recognized after all this time. That's all.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what about doing? Yeah, I mean, that's you got to leave your fingerprint in the world, right? That's the whole point. Otherwise, it's kind of like I think music it's a sharing thing. You just want people to enjoy what you enjoy. So what does music mean if it's not shared, right? If you don't, that whole kind of like looking at someone on the dance floor and you're playing something cool and they're getting it, that's what you do it for, isn't it? I think that's what I've been doing that for my whole life. Just having that sharing that moment with someone, like, this is cool. Do you like it as well? It's a great moment. Except when you give a good film recommendation to your friend and they don't fucking watch the movie. I don't like that. That is annoying. Getting one of my best friends, like, I give him 3 recommendations, right? I said, have you watched those films yet? He's like, no. I mean, for God's sake. It's like, yeah, and he better like them as well. He better goddamn like those movies. It's like, you didn't like that film? What the fuck?
What kind of movies do you watch? What's like?
Damn, God, that's a whole other. I like everything, man. I like thrillers, mafia stuff, sci-fi. I'm everything. I'm into horror. I mean, I have like DVDs piled up to the wall. That's another thing I need to sell. I need to sell all my DVDs. Apparently, that's like gold now.
Yeah,
a lot of them now. This physical media is like a lot of these DVDs that are not in streaming sites anymore. They're like worth $150. Like,
what's
DVDs.
The thing before the DVD? It's like it was almost the size of a record. I know my friend Dave has a few of those.
Oh yeah, Laserdisc or DVD? The DVDs.
I think it was Laserdisc.
Laserdisc, yeah, they were like. I mean, they're even better. The quality is even better on Laserdisc. But yeah, they were like. Then Blu-ray came out, right? I have a few Blu-rays as well. But Laserdisc and Blu-ray had the same kind of capacity of quality, I think. But yeah, Laserdiscs are like big ass vinyl. They're like the same size as vinyl.
Same size, yeah.
So that kind of niche, kind of like nostalgia, like mini discs as well. All of these kind of people are kind of moving back to these kind of like machines, like analog. Analog seems to be making a bit of a comeback. Missing playing with these old kind of toys. So I'm gonna put all my DVDs on the market. There must be like a Discogs for DVDs or something. But my friend who works in the movie distribution business said, I'm sitting on a small gold mine when he saw some of the titles in my collection. But yeah, it sucks my vinyl's gone, bro. I don't have any of my own records. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's all gone. Listen, someone else is playing it. Some other kid's playing it. Great. I'm not playing it, so someone else is playing it.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it, man. I'm passing it on.
Did you at least digitize it before you sold it?
Whatever.
You know what?
It's in the wind, man. It's in the wind.
Let's say this. If people of you watching this, because I've had this happen to me, actually, there's a couple of releases that I've never got, period. I never got from the distributor. I never got from the labels. And I actually had people actually send me
the actual record.
Oh,
man.
At least happened at least twice. So that's dope. And maybe people might see this, and I'm sure people love you enough.
Thousands of remixes
back, man.
I've done thousands of remixes, man. I'm fine, man. I'd rather have someone else play it than sit gathering dust in my house. I don't even own a record player, my guy. I don't even own a record player. I'm out. I'm out, man. I'm out. Yeah, I just feel like I'm out, bro. I don't know. I feel like I'm just, I don't miss not playing records. I don't miss, having decks. I mean, I do mixes, right? I've done a lot of mixes over the years. I still do mixes digitally, whatever. But I don't feel some great fucking something missing in my life from not DJing or playing with vinyls. So I guess, I can play and I have done, but because of financial reasons, I had to sell all my records. But whatever, it's I just the fact this, like, I sold my 808 to some kid that went on his knees and started crying when we did the sound test before he bought the 808. I started playing on it like some patterns, and then he started crying, and then because it was such an amazing sound coming from the 808, I was like, okay, I know this is going to a good home. So it's like the guy really appreciated buying a piece of history, because I'd owned that TR-808 for like 25 years. I have an RD8 now, which is fine, but that needs to go as well. That's Behringer, whatever.
I had to read, plural. Excuse me 1 second. We talk about that. Yeah, man. I don't have a copy of that myself, plural. I'm pretty sure. So James did a record for me on a sub label I did, and it was a track called "No Fucks," right?
Oh, nice.
And so since we're talking about this conversation about records, and I'm saying, I never got it. This is one of the records, James, I didn't even get. So yeah, we're in the same boat, bro. At least you have a copy.
They asked me to send a copy, like the Cocoon album. I'm on the next Cocoon album. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm all right. What am I going to play it on? That's cool. I'm okay. I mean, I'd rather someone else play it, man. I'm trying to rid myself of all material things now. And that's what I'm doing. But it's going to be, I don't know what I'm going to like be sad saying goodbye to probably my JD800. That's my favorite keyboard of all time, actually. The Roland JD800.
Mm-hmm.
I just did a sound. Well, I did a sound back for Roland anyway. I mean, I can always get the shit back. It's fine.
But you can also get the Xenology stuff's coming out.
I have all that shit. I mean, I work with Roland. Yeah, the Synology have hardware shit as well, right? Or is that on the iPad?
Well, I mean, yeah, they just released something on the iPad, but of course it's going to turn into a subscription model. But it sounded great when I played with it the other day. But before we break off to anything else, I got to know about Pig and Dan.
Okay, Pig and Dan.
What is it like hanging out with these fellas?
Right. How did this happen? Like, okay, Pig and Dan. The first time I met them was at the festival in Barcelona, maybe like 2016, 17. And then, I started hanging out. Well, we have a mutual friend in common. And then I decided to go and visit Pig in Mallorca. And then we just hit it off. I immediately hit it off. It's like a brother from another mother. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Dan's lovely as well. I've been on retreat with him. Lovely person, and I'm working with him on this new Suro. Because Suno is so fucking close to Suro. Suno, I'm completely against. Suro is great. Suro is the platform I'm working on, but you know all about Suno, right? But Pig and Dan are, super great buddies now, and it's just a natural progression. Hanging out with Igor. And Igor came in tour with me last month, and we've done tracks together. He's got a great studio in Mallorca. And Dan is an absolute magician as well. Technically, watching him work in the retreat, the music production retreat, was like, watching God work, to be honest. He really knows sound. And he just knows how to define every track, what it needs, what it doesn't need. It can be as little as 3 things on top of something, and then another track could have like 20 things. He just knows what to adjust when it comes to getting that perfect sound. I know he's a really good drum and bass producer as well. He was in a band called Intense in the 90s. So I played his records when I was a kid or when I was younger on Moving Shadow, I think, or he's on other labels. I used to love drum and bass. I still do, actually.
Me too.
Drum and bass is fucking great. And that's the only, to be honest, drum and bass or liquid really makes me feel emotional, man. I don't know. It really has that power to kind of like evoke emotions and fucking memories, especially the kind of like the more intelligent kind of jazzy stuff. So I'm a big fan of that style.
Inner City Live.
Yeah, all that shit. I mean, LTG Bookham and all that.
Yeah.
But there's a guy called, what's his name? Oh, my fucking brain's terrible. Mitch Murder. He's a synthwave artist, and he's just started doing some great drum and bass. Mitch Murder. He's on Bandcamp. Go and check him out. But the drum and bass stuff, he's doing. Mitch Murder. Yeah, he's a Swedish.
Sounds like a character from that movie Snatch or something.
Yeah, exactly. Break top. Yeah. The Germans. But yeah, he was. He's great. Mitch Murder. So much good music coming out right now. I'm doing this mix for In Dark We Trust. I'm doing this mix. I love making mix compilations. Mm-hmm. I love compiling track lists, and if someone asks for a track ID, I love it because it just makes me go back and squirrel away to find the track. So whenever someone wants to know what track I'm playing in a mix that's online, I always give them the answer.
I do got another quick question for you too, bro. Just like briefly, just trying to get an idea. What is the daily life like in Spain for you right now, currently?
Spain life for me. Well, as I'm an older gentleman now, I'm not some running around that much. But what I do is I get up, I feed my cats first and foremost. Then I go to the local kind of like coffee shop, order my breakfast, have a cigarette. I don't start work till 5, so the whole day is leading up to the 5 o'clock time to work. But usually it's a beautiful day here. You can go for a walk down Las Ramblas. You can go to the port. You can jump on a metro here and just be like that. Get to a nice kind of quieter beach. I mean, it's such a great place just to hang out. Waiting for a bus is fun in Barcelona. It really is that place. And we've pedestrianized my whole barrio, so it looks like a kind of like gorgeous Parisian suburb with trees everywhere. They've really got rid of all the roads and the cars where I live. Mm-hmm. And we live next to the best kind of patisseries and cake stores, ice cream shops, restaurants, bars. I am so lucky here. Plus, they've opened up a lot of really good Asian restaurants. So I'm kind of the way I'm talking now. It makes me. I don't want to leave Barcelona, but it's such a great place to stay. I'm like, what am I doing? I should stay here. But yeah, it's just I want to. I'm getting to that stage where I want to leave cities, cosmopolitan kind of cities. I want to get back into the nature and countryside. But Barcelona is an exciting city. It's a little bit saturated with tourists in between July and August, and yeah, it's a hugely vibrant city. Obviously, you have the Sonar every year, so it's great for music. One week a year. There's lots of great concerts on. Beautiful parks. The sea's kind of cold. I mean, it's definitely that's why it's one of the top 5 destinations in Europe to go for a holiday. But I think I've always said since in my 20s that I want to end up in Asia. I left my heart in Asia for a long time, and every time I go over to Asia, it gets more and more difficult to leave the place. Mm-hmm. So I just got to go with my gut, man. I have to go with my gut and bite the bullet. And yeah, I think it's going to be Asia for me in el futuro, I think for sure. Mm-hmm. You've been to Asia, guys, right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Where did you play? Did you go to China? Where did you go to Donald? Where did you play?
I was in Japan and Singapore.
Wow. See, Japan's another one. I think everyone should visit Japan at least once in their life.
Yeah. Osaka and Tokyo are great cities.
Oh, Osaka. And they love Detroit music. They love proper
techno. It was good old Fumiya Tanaka. He brought me over there.
It's like Blade Runner, right?
That's when I first met Oliver Ho, because he was on the first one with me. We were there for a week, and then we became good friends that week. That we were there in Japan. That week felt like a long time, because Tokyo itself is so much is happening all the time. After a couple of days, I was like, man, I'm kind of ready to come home after the gigs were done. We had to stay a couple more days because it was just, for me, the first time was just so much.
It's insane. You don't want to miss anything. You don't want to sleep because it's like so much going on.
Yeah, it's just so much going on. But then it was cool because we had those extra days and it was nice. But Singapore, I've had friends that I met there that I'm still really good with. They're like brothers to me. And I met them through Angela Flame at the time, the girl that was
Angela. I remember Angela.
She was Aku's girlfriend, yeah. But then she told these dudes over there about me, and then they brought me over. And the way they brought me over was slick, because the guy, he was putting on also like a fashion. He had to do this thing at the club for like cameras and everything. So before the party, he had all these models and all this like fancy stuff. And in the club where we were going to play, and all like people were showing up, it looked like a roadway with, a walkway with models and everything. And then that stuff was over, and then the party was us playing and like in that Zoom club. And I was like, okay. And that's how he was able to bring, because they paid for all that. But I was there for like also like a good week and something. Then I was supposed to go to China. This funny thing, I was supposed to go to China from there, because they set up a tour for me in China actually. And me, I don't know why, but a couple of days before I was supposed to go, I said, hey man, is it any way we can prolong this tour to another time? I really just feel like I gotta go back to Poland. And they were cool with it. They were like, yeah, we can do that. We can do it another time. And I came back here, and then SARS. No
way.
Yep. And I was like,
can I go back to fucking
now? Wait, now, check this out. Now here's the same. Okay, now I'm gonna lead to another story real quick. The same dude that brought me over there, that booked me in Singapore and was like trying to get me to China, and that SARS thing happened. Fast forward in the future, this guy himself, he moves to China, and he's starting to put on nights over there. He was even saying, hey man, why don't we do a Sonic Mind China over here? We can get the label known over here. And I was cool with it. Now he's ready. He's got some stuff going on. He's like, I got some people interested. They want to book you over here in China. Now, this was a couple months before COVID came. So it was like the second time COVID, came over there in China. So it was like the second time I avoided some major stuff. Yeah. But I said, okay, third time is a charm. So the next time, that situation comes around, then it's going to be the time to go over it. But thank God, man, that dude, he gave me, which I want to give to Myles.
Was it
he gave me a whole list of clubs and
Right.
promoters making events over there, all live in Asia and everything. So
It wasn't
you know,
Cameron from Shanghai, was it? Cameron, he does stuff for the Detroit artists. I don't know if it was Cameron. He's a
no,
Scottish guy. He's running club nights in China and Shanghai. Yeah, I mean, it's just
that was
culture shock in it. Big
yeah,
culture
it
shock, China.
was. It's a different road over there, and you get when you get it's like you said, it's just different
I
road
mean,
over there. But
yeah,
nice world, just different.
I always said I wanted to live at least 6 months in Japan. Maybe that will still happen, but yeah, China's noticeably different. Obviously, I mean, went there and realizing that you can't buy anything that was an eye opener. They don't take cash, they don't take credit cards. You have to you have to join this app, the WeChat app. You have to you can't. They don't take you have to buy everything with QR codes. You have to get used to all that stuff. But no, everything runs pretty smoothly over there. I love China, man. I mean, I'm definitely going to go back. The only thing happened last time, they screwed up my visa, and I had to fucking fly back, and they wouldn't let me leave the country because of some border patrols gave me the wrong stamp at the wrong airport. So I was stuck in China for an extra 2 days. That's hence the sleeping in the airports thing. But yeah, no, China's a great experience, man. I love it. And Vietnam, a lot of good things happening in Vietnam, and Thailand as well. Thailand seems to be the epicenter for kind of like entertainment, or kind of a bit more kind of developed entertainment clubs and stuff. Whereas Vietnam's just slightly getting there, it's bubbling away, but they don't have the infrastructure yet for the proper scene, and the commercial thing is very huge over there. The kind of open format DJ thing, which is all good, but yeah, I'm just not into commercial music. I just hate it. I can't stand, popular commercial music. Certain genres really get on my goat, But I'm not going to be a hater. I'm not a hater. I like my things. I like my nice music things. I like what I like, and everyone else can like what the hell they like. I don't care.
Yeah.
That's my kind of thesis, whatever.
I do got a question for you from Instagram. Dave, right. Hey, Dave. I know Dave is a good guy. What is your favorite label you have not released on?
Damn. That's a really difficult question, man. Let me think. I don't know. It's going to be a Dutch label for sure. I don't know. I mean, I have so many labels I love. I love Scorp was probably one of my favorite labels of all time. It was a very limited run of vinyls, but it's not my kind of style. I don't really think of releasing music on labels per se. I have a lot of respect for labels. It's much easier now just put your music out there, and so. But to get on a legendary label, I guess like Transman or something like that. Whatever, one of these kind of Detroit labels, that would be. I mean, working with Kevin Saunderson on banjo, that was a big feather in my cap. So getting kind of nods from your heroes is a good thing. Like Fnac, F Communications was a great label. That would have been a cool thing. I used to have all those old records from FCOM and Fnac Records. But yeah, there's a lot of labels I would love to release on, but it's not a big thing in my life, releasing on labels. I just cut my babies off. When I finish my track and remixes, I just let it into the wind and forget about it. Really, don't really dwell too much on record labels and stuff. But when I did collect records, yeah, I had a few labels. I really, I mean, yeah, Steve Rachmad's probably, out of all the producers in the world, I think Steve Rachmad's up there in my top 5 from Holland. Yeah, he's just consistently amazing. All these different kind of flashes of genius in different genres, and his production style. I did visit his studio once in Amsterdam. I was blown away as well. But I like his approach to writing electronic music. But I have so many heroes, my God.
Yeah.
Dave Angel, Ludwig de Bar, Steve Rachmad. These are my heroes, really. I mean, I have a few heroes, but I'm constantly getting inspiration as well from other things, plugins and chords. I get inspired every time I hit the right notes or the right combination of notes on a keyboard. So yeah, you still get that buzz when you're in the studio. When you come up when you think something's good, I always feel it's cool when you're playing the thing that you've created to someone else to get their feedback. I think that's a very important process which I had to learn to adapt. Maybe from 2005, 2006, I wouldn't become too precious about your music. It's good to have that honest friend that tells you who's someone whose advice that you kind of like would appreciate to tell you, yeah, that's not working so much. It hurts the first time you hear it, but then you kind of realize, shit, he was right, you know?
Right.
Like if you're stuck in your own personal bubble for too long, maybe it might be a bit of a hindrance for you to grow as an artist. That's the possibility. You might be super talented and, you know, your own way is the best way. But I like having the opinion of certain people that I trust their opinion. You know, I don't mind hearing what they have to say about music. But when you're dealing with a lot of inflated egos in artistry as far as music and, you know, electronic music specifically, there's a lot of navigation you have to do when dealing with the artistic ego, but it's a constant battle. Being humble and being egotistical. I don't think you have zero ego. I think everyone needs to have some kind of ego. You need to have confidence in yourself as an artist. And I just I think that's the constant battle as the artist, fighting the ego, the overinflated ego.
Yeah. So if it was like one thing in this thing, I usually ask this for a couple of people. If it was one thing in this whole industry, in this whole scene that you could change, like what would it be?
Social media. I would get rid of everything to do with social media, numbers, using popularity as currency. Yeah, anything that can be abused or corrupted in such a way, you know, anything that could be used by cheaters. I think narcissism as well. Narcissism in social media has been the death knell for a lot of the scene. It's really, if we put it back to the time it started, you know, when the Nokia phones were coming in and the smartphones came in, you can see the graph of how everything went downhill from then. You know, the lack of connection, the kind of the sharing of music ideas that just turned into money and deals and fame and narcissism and social media presence, and, you know, having to concentrate on making goofy videos instead of getting down in the studio and finding your flow. You know, and especially a lot of artists that are very kind of introverted, isolated, you know, that don't really feel part of this whole kind of like circus. So I think that's been very detrimental to the whole curvature of music and the progression of whatever cool underground electronic music is. There's still a great scene out there. There's some great producers, and there's a lot of good music out there. I just think, social media hasn't helped it at all. The internet, to a certain extent. Yeah. I'm still a big fan of the internet for information, obviously, but with this technological advancement of AI, I kind of like AI for knowing the rules and so I can break them, but I don't like having AI take over my fucking whole process, you know?
Yeah.
I like to know, maybe your kick drum might sound a bit better with a saturation and compression and -2 dB, but, you know, it gets it wrong a lot of the time, you know? It gets it wrong by turning the hi-hat or the ride up by 3 dB, or they don't, you know, it doesn't center or pan it right. It doesn't get it right all the time. Look at ChatGPT, it's fucking wrong. And like a lot of the time, it's like it's just there to inflate your ego, you know. So I think the technology is still way too wild. It's too wild, and it's metastasizing really quickly to I think at a stage where we might not have any control of, you know, what people are listening to. I mean, the amount of AI produced music's insane right now, and you wouldn't even know it. Like that fucking, what's his name? That trance producer that signed a completely AI generated track, and he didn't realize it. He played it on his show, and then someone just phoned in and said, "Yeah, that's a completely AI produced track," and then they had to like take it off the air and everything. It's like, and you see a lot of these famous artists pretending to play like notes when it's so blatantly a Suno drag and drop clip, and they're pretending to like play the lead line when it's a completely AI generated clip. So it's going to get harder and harder to know the difference between reality and you know, artificially created music.
I think it's hard. I'm not on a music tip, but just like stuff you see, like visuals, like you have to really look super deep to figure it out, yo. If it's like it's too good, and
it's great. It's getting really good. The AI slop stuff.
Yeah.
But it's going to come to underground music, man. It's going to come to. It's not there yet. It's only working with commercial stuff, obvious kind of like popular genres. Because it's been scraping all that. But it's harder to emulate something that's made from the soul. I think anyway. There was that famous art project of that guy that did a completely AI generated Detroit artist, made him up from nothing, 10 tracks, and people got hook, line, and sinker by some of the tracks. And the tracks weren't that great, but a lot of people were sucking into it. You should look that up. I'll send you the link. It's kind of fun.
I'll definitely check it.
Yeah. We're in weird, crazy times right now. And it's hard for people, empathic people as well, when you see what's going on in the world. That's to see what's happening right in front of our eyes, and you got to go in the studio and write some good shit. It's tough, man. So, yeah, God bless people that can make music in these trying times, man. Really, I think it's a special power to you. All power to you if you can do that. But yeah, I'm all about playing from the heart, man. That's it. I don't play for.
I think personally, people gonna get bored, man. They're gonna even if it comes in. And you can use it, and it's so fast. It always goes back to, okay, that's so quick. They're still going to want to, okay, this is another tool. I'm going to use something else or that. Yeah. I think it will be there, obviously, because, you might get creative and use it in a creative way.
If you're using a creative way, that's great.
As a producer, you're probably going to, okay, now I want to do this and that. And what I've been seeing in Poland, especially, a lot of those kids are fighting back against, like, let's just say even the CDJs. A lot of them are really trying to take themselves to learn how to play vinyl or do vinyl only sets because they're like the CDJs is just too easy. Everybody can.
That would explain the resurgence in vinyl players in the 30-somethings age bracket. That's why
because they're like it's just too. So I think with AI, because I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I use Chat GPT most of the time or Gemini, or whatever. Just and I'm using it really to get questions answered fast. And I know I could be using it for even more things, but it's just okay. If I go on Google, you know how it's got to be. I got to comb for the information where Chat will break it down step by step, and it saves me time, But I'm not going to use it to make my track, for example. And I played around with one free site.
Yeah,
made 4 tracks just by typing in,
really?
and it sounded decent. I was like, but I just trashed them. I was like, I just wanted to see how it actually worked.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that they own them. That's their. The thing is, they own that music now. That's the thing. It's like it never becomes you. If you generated that on their site, then they own everything.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's insane. That's the small print that they put in all these platforms. I use ChatGPT to find out shit like how old was Nicolas Cage in that vampire movie in fucking 1990. I just use it to find out people's ages.
Right.
Yeah, like how to fucking whatever. If like what was it? Yeah, how I was stuck in a scooter. It had locked the key lock, and I'd never driven a scooter before. So I was like, why is the keyhole closed? So like ChatGPT, why is the keyhole closed in my scooter? And I was like, it's a safety lock. You need to use the thing on the keychain to turn it. I'm like, that was great. I mean, ChatGPT, in those kind of instances, it's great, but to fucking do my latest remix, fuck off. No. So,
a real music person is not going to be using it like that. And we know that, people that are real passionate about making stuff, they're going to, okay, if I can have it do something like, I'll be honest with you, maybe for mastering or something like that to see in the future, because
kind of stuff, maybe
these mastering, so these guys charge by the time you pay the mastering, the artwork, and that you're not making that's like a lot of money already.
Forget about
it. They could charge for one track, and you're like, okay, well, if AI is gonna, look, Landar was doing it already. That's kind of like set AI.
Of rules. That's it. I mean, it's okay. It's a creative endeavor, but if it sounds good and it's like, there's a set of rules, it's a technical outlook on it, you're not creating the song, writing the arrangement, it's just getting technically sounding good. So in that aspect, I would probably give it a pass, if it sounded good, obviously. If it was ass, I go like, get the fuck, I'm not paying you.
Hey, that's the next thing. I'm gonna generate something for your show and send it in. See if you can first tell us.
Oh, we've had a couple already. We've had a few, buddy. We've had like, we're like, wait a minute, is that age generated? Like, oh yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just madness in it. It really is. But I don't do bootlegs in the show. I mean, it's got to be original work. And kind of frown on people that send in bootlegs, whatever. But I just want to hear people's original vision. That's it. You know, I don't. If something sounds contrived or used on one of these kind of drag and drop sites, then yeah. If it sounds iffy, then it probably is iffy, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, a lot of my friends have dabbled with the AI kind of loop making things and ended up shying away from it and using real artists in the end. You know, there's that whole Diplo saga that's happening on Twitter right now or Instagram, where he's not using any more real singers anymore because AI can do it all.
Mhm.
It's caused a huge backlash in the industry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even give a fuck about Diplo. Never liked any of his music anyway. I don't think he's relevant to my kind of music or scene, whatever. And yeah, let's see where it takes us. You know, it's going pretty fast everywhere, but if you can use it as a fun tool and use it creatively, cool.
Besides the podcast series, I had a remix sent to me made with AI, a real person, and denied it for sure. Yeah.
Right, yeah, crazy. I mean, there'll be tools to tell you if it's AI now. That's the business you want to be in. Making a tool that tells you if it's real or not. That's a fake detector. I mean, there's going to be an app that shows me how much every one of my DVDs is going to cost. So that's going to be something cool. I can like scan the barcode of every DVD and it'll tell me how much it's worth. That's something that has a usability.
Yeah, definitely. Is you know, for some things it's okay.
Yeah,
You know, to use helping with. I mean, tremendously.
but not in charge of the nuclear codes. Yeah, we don't want to go down the Skynet route, right? That's the thing. Like, we don't need like virtual politicians down the road. Maybe we do, but we don't need politicians in general, to be honest. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like, yeah, where do we go from here? And there's a lot of bad actors involved at the top as well. I don't trust some with like, you know, there's a lot of privacy concerns as well, especially when it comes to scamming as well. There's going to be easy ways to get scammed. So yeah, I think we're living in a kind of Wild West. We're still in the Wild West.
Yeah.
I think with AI. But yeah, just keep making tunes, everybody. Get that time in your studio. Keep making those gorgeous tunes that we love to hear to escape from the fucking horrors of the world. Thanks.
Yeah. Get lost. That's what it is, man.
Get lost in the studio, man. Come on. You gotta get that moment when you're in the pocket, man. That's the moment. You need to be in the pocket when everything's flowing in the studio. That's what you want to go for.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
Any advice for any up and coming producers?
Don't do it for whatever, for the right reasons. Do it for your personal kind of love. You know, I started it for that. I didn't think I was going to make a career out of this. You know, I'm glad and thankful that it did. But yeah, just make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. You know, that's all I say really. And don't listen to anyone's advice. Yeah, I mean, don't listen to advice from someone you wouldn't want to take advice from anyway. So I mean, I just think, for me, I think it was definitely easier for us. There was fewer of us around back then.
Mm-hmm.
I had a musician family. I was lucky. I mean, I guess to say I was privileged in some points. You know, having a pianist mother who used to bring home synthesizers from work, and having the luck of a mentor at a very young age. So there was a lot of helping blocks that helped me get to where I was. But I always had that fire for the music. You know, there was that spiritual moment in a club in 1987 when I heard, you know, that Detroit track, whatever, in a club, blew my mind. And then hearing that and knowing from that moment on that this was going to be a vocation or a huge part of my life. So yeah, you need that kind of thread, or you don't. You can just do music for fun. But if you want to take it as serious as a career, you got to look at it from a kung fu master point of view, man. You need to throw your life into it until it kills you. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, agree with you 1,000% for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's been fun, man. I really enjoyed it. The time has flown by.
People like we getting conversation.
I talked my ass off, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's good conversations, man. It's like nothing, no time has even passed. You know what I'm saying? So that's great. So, can you tell the people what you got coming up? As far as I know, gigs, you're doing some gigs pretty soon. You got any new music coming out, and then where they can find you.
Okay, you can find me where I'm going to be playing Berlin at that boat party next Friday. I'm playing in Macarena on Thursday. I'll be playing in Glasgow, McCool's Club at the end of May. I'm going to be playing in Austria, Linz, on the 21st of August, on some crazy train party. It's like this. It's like the party in training places, where the New Year's party, where there's everybody on the train. We're doing that for 2 days.
Okay.
Techno and drum and bass. So we were driving in a stream train, Harry Potter style, for 2 days. So that's a good party. You can see that on my Bands in Town profile. If you want to see my gigs, go to Bands in Town, BANDS in Town, and check out my diary. Gigs wise, music wise, Joris View remix of Diablo's coming out. Hopefully Pig and Dan's remix as well. What else have I got coming out? I just did a remix for Orlando Vourn that's just come out on Night Soul Recordings. I'm remixing Rommel Johan, who else? Claire Marshall as well. I've got lots of shit happening musically coming out, and I'll let you know on my socials when it's all coming out. And yeah, that's it. The streams are on every Wednesday, 8 p.m. twitch.tv/Funk Devoid. And if you want to partake in the actual stream, you can come on Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. and drop in your track live in the stream, and we can check it out for you. Okay?
Yeah, don't be afraid, y'all. I'm not.
Don't be afraid. Yeah, that's a no from me, dog. No, I'm not. Feel free to send your tracks in. We go light on everybody. It's cool, and we take all genres of music, man. It's like it's not just house, techno, whatever. You can play whatever the fuck you want, and we'll give it our 2 cents, because it's not our first rodeo. I've been listening to music for fucking 40 years, and I worked in a record shop as well for 10 of those years. So I like all kinds of music and all different levels of music production. We can help you in every stage, Also, check out Suru.music. That's the new thing we're going live. The lossless audio artist development platform. That's a big one. SURU.music. That's going live hopefully in the next week or two.
Yeah.
All right, fam.
All right, cool. I'm gonna keep you in here, so you kind of family right now. So
let's go.
If you like what you see and heard today, please like and subscribe to that channel. Hit that notification bell. Allows people to know that we're out here in these algorithms, and it helps us push. It just helps us. So it's free. It don't cost much. Don't cost anything, to be honest. Just hit that like button, share, subscribe to the channel.
Finger clip.
Yeah, that's it. And if you don't want to see our beautiful faces, which I don't know why you don't want to, you can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. Once again, once you're there, go please subscribe, or however you can get updates when we got new episodes up. Make sure you do that. That'll be great. You can also follow us on Instagram at MS Live with D-KNOX, and on X, formerly known as Twitter, at MS Live with D-KNOX. Roberto was in the chat today. Give him a round of applause for that. You can email us, which goes to Roberto, mslivewithdknox@gmail.com. That is mslivewithdknox@gmail.com. Give us suggestions on the show, what you like, what you didn't like, who should we have on, who should we try to get on, any suggestions, or no hate mail. No hate mail. No, it's all love here. But send us an email. If you want to support the show via PayPal, you can send a donation to mslivewithdknox@gmail.com, or during the broadcast, that QR code's in the corner. You can always hit there to set you up and to do what you want to do. But I can't even talk today. We greatly appreciate the donations to help support us, to help us bring better material to you. Yeah. So D, we've been doing this as of late, and I kind of like it, because I'm waiting to see what kind of crazy stuff he's going to come up with at the end of the show. It's kind of nuts. But D, you want to take us out, man? Well, hold on. Before you do that, I think a few things.
Well,
notes are needed because Funk Devoid has a lot happening.
oh, take your notes. Get your cookies. Take your notes.
There you go. And he's laughing. Tony, what's up, man? You late, bro? Unless you've been here the whole time.
I didn't see any chat, man. I've been watching the chat. Is there a chat somewhere? Oh Christ, I missed everything.
Yeah, I can see we can see it, and we'll bring it up as needed. So, but yeah,
Oh, comments. There you go. I can see it now. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I guess one last question. We'll end up with Joe. Joe had one last question from Instagram.
Yeah.
Have you had a starstruck moment in your career? And
yeah,
what artists?
Time. Well, let me see. Famous people. Yeah, I mean, I think the main embarrassing one was Beardy Man. I met Beardy Man once in Dubai, because I'm in awe of this guy. He's super talented. You know, Beardy Man. You've heard of this guy? He's like a beatboxing guy. He does amazing things with his mouth. He's like a performance beatbox or whatever. Super, like one of the top in the world. And I'm a big fan. I've been a big fan for years. And he was in the same bill as me. I was playing outside on the terrace in Dubai with Robert Babich, and he was the main attraction. And yeah, I get to meet him after the show, and I go, Bertie, I couldn't speak. I lost the power to speak because I was so in awe of him. When he came to me, he was brought by his management. I went, "Hi, this is Funk Divide. He's a very big fan of you." I'm just like, I had a few drinks as well. I love your work. I love you. You're so good. I let the voice got up like 2 octaves because I was so nervous. And he was like, "Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks very much." And just walked off. I mean, I've met a few people, famous people in the club. Danny DeVito. Who else? Danny DeVito. He was in that club in Dublin in the 90s. What's
like the actor Danny DeVito?
Yeah, Danny DeVito out of his nuts. He was going nuts on the dance floor. What was the name of the club? Big club in not the Pod in Dublin, something else. It was U2's club. I played in U2's club back in the 90s. But yeah, when you go to LA and stuff, you see famous people all the time. I saw the villain from Die Hard 2 in the coffee shop in a pink tracksuit once. You know, like you know, the general guy. You meet loads of famous people, like you see Keanu Reeves on a motorbike, like buzzing around. Yeah, and that's the funny thing about LA. When you play in LA, you see lots of, because that's where they all live, all these famous actors and stuff. I mean, I don't really get starstruck though. That's the only time I got starstruck, because I treat everyone as, you know, as a normal person, even because I'm not a big fan of people with egos, right? So yeah, I'm not one of those kind of sycophantic people when you meet someone famous and I'm like, oh my god, except with Beardy Man, obviously, because he's a fucking talented guy, really talented. But yeah, I mean, I just like, yeah, what up, Bob? You know, if I meet someone famous, like, yeah, what's up? You know, that kind of vibe. Yeah, nice to meet you. Or just like as if you're talking to a friend, you know. Right. I don't really fawn over famous people or celebrities, you know. That's, you know, because they're just like you and me, man, you know, just but yeah, there's a few famous people, you know, actors. Who else? Christ, oh my god, so many. Dolph Lundgren in a Marbella Beach once. I mean, he was getting drunk at the bar. I mean, you bump into a lot of people, you know, when you travel the world, and you know, you meet famous people, and not so famous people, but people with interesting stories. That's the one thing I like about travel. I like a lot of people's stories, you know, or you go to kind of, you know, strange bars and have like really long conversations with people with a lot of anecdotes, people that are interesting, that lived life. That's what I like, and I'm looking forward to doing that in Asia, man. I'm looking forward to listening to people's stories. You know, that's what I like to do. But yeah, that's it. Not many starstruck moments. Gotcha. As you know, I'm not a big ego fan. I'm a big fan of death to the fevered ego. That is my whole mantra. Narcissism and ego are the two devils for me in the world of you know, art, whatever. But we have to deal with a lot of that too these days, don't we?
That's true.
Yeah.
And D, since we're here, give us some words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom, people. Okay, listen. Always stay in your higher self. Always try to do the right thing, whatever that means to you. If it means for you to rob a bank, that means wrong for me, but it may be right for you.
I'm sorry, what?
do whatever is was right for you. Eat the right foods, respect your elders, respect the animals, respect the plants, respect your energy, and be kind and be real. Don't be one of those fake mugs. You know what I mean? So,
there you go.
There you go.
I like the be kind, man. Be kind.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, people, give it up to Funky Void.
Thank you very much.
And make sure you guys tune in next. I think we're going to go later. Sunday, May 31st, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central CET. Raymond V. Check it out. It's going to be a dope interview. A good friend of mine. She will be with us. Until then, peace, love, and hair grease. And we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Peace.